Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers taking on St Johnstone here in the Betfred Cup, looking to get our first piece of silverware of the season. Of course, last season we took on Hibs in the final of the Betfred Cup. We take a little look back to remind ourselves of that, if I can figure out how. Can I figure out how? How do we do this? No, that's not how. There we go. 1-0, Danny Swanson penalty, so we definitely want to make sure nothing of the sort happens again. We're in better form than them, we're basically just playing better than them all round. I am going to change Herrera to a trequartista since for some reason he's forgotten how to be a complete forward. Other than that, we're going to bring Cardoso back in for Bruno Alves. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll bring Pena back in for Jack. We could drop Henderson back. Henderson, who doesn't appear to be doing as well in that attacking midfield role just behind the strikers. So we're going to go with this. We're going to go with Fulton, Cardoso, McCrory, Milanese, Houston, Mitchell, Henderson, Barjonas, Pena, Herrera and Morelos. We're actually going to make McCrory a regular defender in there. And we'll go with that. The team's got the suits on and everything. Here we go. Expect you to come back with the trophy. There's not much more to say to them. They have to understand these expectations to win titles. Or trophies at the very least. It's played out wide to Witherspoon. It's a decent touch. And the game's underway. We've managed to wrestle control of the possession actually in the first 10 minutes. We're up around that 60% mark. But nothing created. Xander Clark now hitting it long. It's headed on, but it will be picked up by Cardoso. He flicks it towards Barjonas. Nice ball down to Milanese. He plays it to Liam Henderson. And McCrory. Milanese now onto Barjonas. Great play into Pena's feet. Nice flick to Henderson. Does he have an overlap? He goes back to Pena. Pena, weird reverse pass to Morelos. Morelos looking for Mitchell getting forward. Can he hit this ball first time? Takes a touch to the byline. His cross is deflected. Barjonas now can tee up Henderson, who hits one. It's a relatively easy save for the goalkeeper. But a nice sign of intent early on in the game. Corner to be taken by Barjonas. I don't expect anything to come of this. It's headed. Oh, it's actually a free kick to St Johnstone. Morelos with a trip on McTominay. So one shot in the first 20 minutes. Of course, that long range effort from Liam Henderson, comfortably saved by Xander Clark. As Paul Payton enters the book. Mitchell now with the throw in to Barjonas. Nice touch by him. Plays it to Henderson. He's got the option of the right wing back. He does use Jordan Houston. He can pick it up now. He goes back to Henderson. Henderson can go back to Houston if he so desires. It's a good ball. Bit of space for Houston now. Tries to. Oh, he should have played it into Herrera earlier. McTominay gets it forward to McLean, who will probably try and go over the top to the other striker. Quitongo can't get there ahead of Milanese. It's Morelos now. Herrera. Pena running ahead. Barjonas looks for Pena. Booth's ball back to Clark. Won't reach there. And Morelos can nick in for 1-0 here in the cup final. It's a bit of a shocker from Booth. It actually looked kind of like Xander Clark could have came and got that there. As we go 3 shots to 0 up on the stats board, and obviously 1-0 up on the scoreboard. Morelos with the finish. An opportunity that was gifted to us. Xander Clark playing that one long, headed down by Henderson. Payton will nick it though, but it's a good challenge on him. Barjonas now and Henderson to Herrera, who's driving at the defenders. Plays it to Morelos, takes a nice touch. Can he square this? He tries to shoot from the tight angle. It's not a good decision, and it's a goal kick for St Johnstone. Barjonas does need to come off. It will just nurse him through to half time, I think. As Clark goes long, it's headed away well. Morelos will pick that up. Morelos with a good ball forward, but Herrera's not made the run in to get that. Suter to Williamson. Herrera sort of trying to pester them. It's Witherspoon now. Playing it to McTominay, who's got a lot of space. Tries to find Quitongo, and the defenders are caught in their heels. Quitongo now, can they get an undeserved equaliser? Wow, not with stuff like that. And apparently that was a shot. I think you would count that as a really poor cross in reality, but there you go. It's going to be 1-0 at half time. We do have to be a bit careful in the second half. We were bossing that Kilmarnock game. Obviously it was right before half time they got us. I nearly clicked the wrong thing there. I wanted to tell them not to be complacent. Yeah, of course it was right before half time that Kilmarnock got their undeserved goal. But you have to watch for signs of performance slipping after half time as well. Tell them to concentrate here. We just want to be careful. It is a cup final and everything. McCrory to Milanese forward for Henderson. 50 minutes in, that terrible effort by Quitongo's their only shot. Pena for Morelos, easily swept up by Xander Clark. Nice green gloves by from on Clark there. Forward towards Halliday. Houston manages to beat him in the air. Forward for Herrera. Lovely touch. I don't know how he's managed to control that with his head, but there you go. Herrera puts it into the box. Morelos attacks it. It's 2-1. That'll be the game. I'm going to bring on Akram Afif. And I'm going to bring on Bromer as well for Herrera. And Bromer can play alongside Morelos up front. Morelos with his 10th of the season and obviously on for a cup final hat-trick now here at Hampden Park. And it looks like St Johnstone are pretty much ready to roll over. Hour on the watch there. 6 shots to 1. No shots on target. Absolutely no trouble whatsoever by St Johnstone. They've all been poor really to a man today. Xander Clark the only one getting above a 6.6 I see. A 6.7 for Skugel. And on our side, to a man, everybody's been okay, apart from Morelos, who's really been the only one who's stepped up and played well, but he's winning the game, currently at least. Williamson with the throw to Witherspoon. We still have to be alert for the last 10 or so. Xander Clark now, launching it forward towards Quitongo. McCrory should win that in the air, he does. His header though will go straight to Craig. He'll play it on to Halliday now. Halliday with a ball in behind. Milanese can easily cut that out. Doesn't take a brilliant touch, but does get it back to Ian Fulton, who will take his time on the ball. Clip it forward towards Mitchell. It's a brilliant ball actually out by Fulton. Mitchell to Jack now, and Akram Afif now turned, maybe looking for a ball in behind. He's running now, he loses it to Craig, a brilliant challenge, but Houston will find Henderson now. There's a bit of an overload here as Morelos could have double teamed with Bromer. Jack to Henderson now, and Afif, he's got the overlap. He plays it in for Morelos. Oh, denied the hat trick by Xander Clark. And Shaughnessy will play that out for a Rangers throw. 10 minutes left in the cup final here, just basically waiting to be crowned champions, Betfred Cup champions that is. And unfortunately Fabio Cardoso has picked up an injury, but fortunately as McCrory takes this, it will be over. McCrory takes it towards Mitchell. Mitchell towards Afif. Is there still chance for another opportunity? Afif running through. Craig with a brilliant challenge. Picked up by Williamson. Come on, there can't be much time left. We're a minute over the allotted 4 added minutes as Quitongo looks to go in behind. Cardoso to McCrory. McCrory forward to Jack. And Henderson now. Afif, come on, the whistle can't be far away. Craig's got Afif in the back pocket by the looks of it, but it is over. And it is 2-0 in the cup final. Rangers lift the Betfred Cup. That's us now won both domestic trophies, not the same season sadly, but we won of course the Scottish Cup last season, and look at our sad little podium there. That animation is so crap, I don't know why they put that in. But yeah, I'm delighted with everybody. You're winning a trophy, regardless of how much the trophy is considered to be important. We have won a trophy. Rangers lift the Betfred Cup. 5 to 6 days, unfortunately, for Cardoso. 7 days to the Hearts game. 1 to 2 days for Barjona, so that's not too bad. We get 200 grand for winning that. And obviously they're pleased with me for winning that. Am I favoured personnel for winning trophies? Probably not. No, Morelos is there alongside Ferguson as favoured personnel, but no, we're not quite up there yet, which is understandable, I suppose. But look at the league. Aberdeen are 4 points behind us now. They won against Partick Thistle. Celtic are 8 clear, having beaten Hibs at Easter Road. And we're now just waiting. Next Sunday we'll be playing Hearts as we return to league action. Get that Betfred Cup success out of your minds now, because it's over. It's in the record books, a nice trophy win, but we have to focus on as we move into December now. How far behind Celtic did we actually finish last season? Because our goal, of course, is to shrink that gap. Let's see. Last season we ended up 12 points behind Celtic at the end of the day. We're already 8 behind. I mean, I suppose you could argue that our actual goal is just to increase our own points tally. You know, if Celtic went on a ridiculous run and ended up 20 up better off than we did last year. I suppose that's a success, but our main goal obviously is to stop the 10. We still have a couple of years to do that. Celtic have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Celtic have 7 at the moment, so we've still got a couple more years to do that. Tom Rogic signing a new deal, which is a shame. Bruno Alves has signed a new 1-year deal, which is interesting. There was a couple of teams looking to come in and pinch him from us. We've managed to get his wages down by about $3 a week, I think. So he's signed a new deal. I still think he's going to be a good player for us. He's only on 13,000 now. So I think it was worth keeping him on. New deal for Alves. Isaac Ahmed has been offered a deal by a couple of places, which is fine. We've offered him a new deal as well. We'll see what he does. Tavernier, interestingly, has actually signed a new deal and accepting a role as backup, so that's nice for us. He now understands that Jordan Houston is actually going to be the main man in there. A couple of the young players signing new deals as well. And we're about to take on Hearts here, away in Tynecastle. St Johnstone Aberdeen now. Hopefully St Johnstone can get something. Nope, Aberdeen with a 3-1 win. And I think that will probably be Tommy Wright's last game in charge of St Johnstone. Is he still there just now? He is still there for now. Isaac Ahmed decides to sign a new deal with Rangers. Let's see how are Celtic going to get on today. They could actually pull 11 points clear before we face Hearts. Celtic at home to bottom side St Mirren. Well, we can see how that one's going to go. Kelly 3-0 over Hamilton. Interesting. Celtic 1-1 with St Mirren. Interesting. We actually have a chance to claw it back to a 6-point gap now. Really, really good point for St Mirren. Hopefully we can claw that back to a 6-point gap by beating Hearts in Edinburgh. Couple of players, let's see how they get on. Not good performances from the lone boys, apart from Dapo Mabudi scoring a goal there. Good for him, and an assist on the other goal. Liam Butt doing well. A couple of players putting in some below par performances. A couple of players putting in some average performances as we draw Brecon in the Scottish Cup. A cup, of course, we're looking to retain this season and get a nice double. Okay, time for Bert Conteman to do his tactical meeting there as we prepare to face Hearts. Come on. I'm itching to get going here. Barjonas is capable of playing, so he will play. He's obviously a key man for us. Cardoso will play as well. Do we play the youngsters? Or no, I'm going to bring Bruno Alves in. He wants to be a stopper, so we'll allow it. I don't see anybody. Well, do we bring O'Halloran on? Do you know what? I'm going to put O'Halloran on the bench just ahead of Jordan Rossiter there. Just to give us the option to go with a wide right man. So we're going Fulton, Cardoso, Alves, Milanese, Houston, Mitchell, Henderson, Barjonas, pardon me, Peña, Herrera, Morelos. How is Mitchell developing? Not good. Don't like that whatsoever. 4-2-3-1 from a confident Heart side, Kyle Lafferty. The main man up front still for them. Let's give the fans something to cheer today. Clearly nobody really cares about the fans. And we'll just encourage them as Herrera plays it to Peña and now Henderson. Back to Alves, plays it on to Barjonas. Suleimani is injured actually here for Hearts, carrying a knock. What's wrong with him? Doesn't tell me. Okay, Mitchell now to Peña. Tries to find Morelos. Decent ball. Can Morelos cross for Herrera? He's looking pretty isolated in there, Herrera, but he does get to the ball first. His header goes over the bar though. A little warning shot for Hearts early on, but games like this away at a tough venue, you can't let them off. It's whipped in. Herrera cushions that away, but it does come to Suleimani, who's got lots of time, and he's got a man outside him as well. He chooses to cross. Agyepong, sorry, pardon me, Agyepong. I'm thinking of another player. I'm thinking of the Anderlecht player. Fulton playing it long. It's not a good ball whatsoever. Suleimani now. Good ball forward to Walker. Walker looking for a run from Kyle Lafferty. He gets in behind Bruno Alves. He's in on Fulton. He shoots. It's a brilliant save actually by Ian Fulton. But Bruno Alves has got to do better with that one. Suleimani nods it on. Souters at the back stick, but Houston manages to hook that away. Out for a Hearts throw in. 20 minutes gone. Pretty even game so far. Hearts maybe just edging it. Smith with the throw in into the box. Long and deep towards Lafferty. Down goes the goalkeeper. Is it going to stand? It's going to stand. It's an own goal. Bruno Alves. I don't quite know what happened there. We're going to have to demand more out of them. I really don't know what happened there. It was a long throw into the box. Ian Fulton ends up on the floor. And somehow it ends up going down as a Bruno Alves own goal. No idea what happens, but 1-0 to Hearts, who seem to have completely shut the game down now. Nothing happening. Hamilton playing it long. Header away by Bruno Alves. Not a good header. Berra can go out to the right hand side. Oh, he's hit it off his own man. Herrera's in. Has to finish across the keeper. He goes across the keeper. And he's put it wide of the post. It's a shambolic finish. Terrible from Herrera. And if Walker scores this now, Walker clips it in. Lafferty, it's easy enough for Ian Fulton. But really poor from Herrera on the finish. And it's I don't know, it's a deserved lead for Hearts, but it's a lead nonetheless. Aggressively, absolutely. Need to see better from you in the next 45. I'm going to change it up. We're going to go with a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to take Herrera out. He's been off it recently since he lost the ability to play as a complete forward for some weird reason. I'm going to bring on Afif. We're going to take off Cardoso, who's obviously not at full fitness. We're going to go with O'Halloran out there. So we're going to go with Mitchell, Milanese, Alves, Houston, Henderson, Barjonas, Pena, O'Halloran, Afif and Morelos. And we're going to require some pretty good effort from them. As Doom finds Suleimani. We've got 45 minutes to find 2 goals here at Tynecastle. Hearts stroking the ball around. Berra and O'Halloran and Afif with huge chances to play their way into the regular lineup here. They're not players that we consider for selection an awful lot, so got a chance. Afif into Alves. It's not a good header by Bruno Alves, who's had a nightmare to be honest. Missed a good chance there, a good half chance. Scored obviously the Hearts goal. Long it goes, got to be headed away by Mitchell. It is picked up by Pena. And who can he find? He hits it off Walker. It's a terrible pass by Pena. Smith now launching the ball long. It's far too easy to find Suleimani there. Suleimani in space forward to Kyle Lafferty. Surrounded, does lose it to Henderson. Mitchell now forward to Afif. Into Morelos. Not a great ball. Afif continues running now. Afif picking it up on the left. Afif into Pena. Got a bit of space. Barjonas plays in. Morelos has to finish. It's a brilliant finish by Alfredo Morelos. Round of applause. A brilliant pass through for Barjonas. And great play by Morelos, who's looking to edge out Herrera and become the key man up front again. So now we have 35 minutes to find one more goal to win this game. Come on, push forward. 20 minutes now. Game seems to have died after we scored that goal there. Hopefully the players aren't thinking that the one goal is enough. We're going to bring Jack on for Pena. We'll bring Barjonas up. Drop Jack back. Henderson can move to a support duty and Jack can just stay in there as the defensive player. I don't want to go too aggressive because there's always a threat we could get caught and end up losing. Houston throws it to Barjonas. Barjonas a nice touch into O'Halloran. He loses it. It goes back to Barjonas. He tries to find Afif. Decent touch onto that right foot. Afif, and he's blazed it over the bar. That was his chance right there to play his way into consideration for a starting position. Afif now whips it in. It's Bruno Alves not getting it. O'Halloran now behind the pole plays it to Jack and he's put it over. Come on, man. How many chances do they need? It's chance after chance after chance now. Again, we don't want to throw everything forward. We are creating. Mitchell into Jonas, moves it to a Fief on that right foot, drives it low, it's deflected away. Cowie picks it up now, chance for Hearts to counter. It's played long, it's far too easy to find this Goncalves, and he's got Lafferty. It's a tap in. Oof. And we've been let off there. The square ball for Lafferty was the option, and it would have been an easy 2-1 for Hearts. Houston now to Henderson. Can we make them regret that? O'Halloran picking it up. He bends it in for Morelos, and it's a poor effort. Easy for Jack Hamilton. It's lots of half chances being created at the end of the game. Johnson pings it forward. Terrible ball. Henderson onto Houston. Akers for O'Halloran. Come on, O'Halloran. Take on your man. Beats his man. O'Halloran at the byline. Whips it in. Morelos. What a save by Jack Hamilton. Jesus Christ. How does he save that? Jack to O'Halloran, who's offside. And Hearts are going to have Jack Hamilton to thank for that point. Minute left in the game now. Yeah, 10 seconds. It's going to be 1-1. A little disappointed to drop the 2 points here, not take advantage of Celtic drawing at home to St Mirren, but at the end of the day, I can be pleased with the performance here at least. Hearts really created nothing. They were really fortunate to get ahead through a bit of a cluster of a goal. I'm still going to tell them we're not pleased because we still have to be trying to win every single game. But it was an absolute cluster of a goal from Hearts, and there was only one team at the end that looked like winning it. Okay, Goncalves should have squared it for that goal, but there was only one team who was pressing forward, looking the better of the sides there at the end, and it was obviously ourselves. So we can take that positive. But that'll do it for this episode. Nice win over St Johnstone, lifting the Betfred Cup. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Obviously, best episode of the second series so far. The second season so far, lifting that trophy. So if you drop down below and leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow the series, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time when we take on, who are we taking on? We're taking on Hamilton, and we're going to be going to Paisley to take on St Mirren.